Hello guys, so today we are going to be reacting to this My Minute video because why not?
Ow!
Oh my gosh, she just moaned. Already, 1 second in the video. 1 second. We already are hearing this. Okay, continue.
Where is all that light coming from? I wondered. I
Wait, is she like a cave person? Like, what is this?
Immediately slammed the door. After living in an underground mansion for 15 years, I had come across a trap door that led me to a whole new world. My name is Karen.
Her name is Karen. Her name is Karen. Okay. Yeah, that's sad. I feel really bad for you.
Or Genevieve. I'm not sure which one to use anymore.
Use or Genevieve. I don't care that it literally is not amazing. That it's better than Karen. It's literally Karen is no. Just don't use Karen. Anything but Karen.
Yeah, about that. I'll dive in real soon. First, make sure you're subscribed to the channel.
We gotta replay that. Did she just roll her eyes at us?
Dive in real soon.
Yes,
First,
she did.
Make sure
You
you're
don't see
subscribed
that?
to the
She
channel.
rolled her eyes at
Just
us.
trust me on this one. Just like any other day, I woke up and got started doing my favorite thing, painting. My friend Coco just watched. I was busy chatting away with her.
You have friends that live in this cave. Oh my gosh. When were you born? How were you born? How does this happen? I don't understand.
When I tripped over the edge of a rug and fell flat on my face, I groaned as I sat up. That's when I saw the rug had moved, and there was a trap door under it. The trap door led to a tunnel, which led to that door I'd just opened. Coco and I stared at each other in shock. It took me a while to open the door again. We both stepped out into this new world. What is this now?
New world,
We
no.
were so fascinated that
you
we just
guys
started
are living
wandering,
underground.
staring around in wonder. I had no idea how far we'd gone. Soon it started to get dark, and I felt scared. At the top of the slope, we saw a sea of glittering lights in the distance. Coco pointed towards it and said, "That's where we must go."
A beautiful
After some
sea,
time,
yes.
the ground beneath our feet went from squishy and green to hard and black. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a loud, speedy metal box with lights rushed up from behind me. It flashed by us with a loud honk.
Tell you something.
My heart was pounding. I had
That's
no
called
idea
a
what that
truck.
was.
Just
I turned around
telling
to go
you
back,
so that you know
but
proper
realized in
English.
horror that I had no idea where home was. We had to keep walking towards the lights.
Well, yeah, you
It
can
was
just
getting
walk
light
away
again
from
by the
something
time
and
we
then
got
automatically know where it
there,
is.
and I couldn't stop staring at everything. Everywhere I looked, I could see creatures just like me.
Wait, what the heck?
But they looked weird. I could see creatures just like the thing. Getting light again by the time we got there. And I couldn't stop staring at everything.
Why did it look so tiny? Or they look like, for some reason that just doesn't look right. Or maybe they're just tall, or I don't know. Why is her friend shorter than her? What?
Where I looked, I could see creatures just like me, but they looked weird wearing these clothes. We were afraid, so Coco pulled my arm and we ran into the nearest room and started walking around. I stared. There were shelves and shelves piled with stuff I had no clue about. But then I saw something familiar. Canned food. I quickly grabbed a few tins and we started running.
Wait, how do you get canned food in wherever you were? How? How do you get canned food there? I really am curious right now. What is happening?
Running out when a man pointed at me and shouted, "Stop that little thief!" Someone grabbed me to make sure I couldn't escape, while another snatched the cans from me. I tried to explain, but they all just looked back at me with stupid expressions. And soon enough, we were getting our first car ride to the police station. When we got there, the police tried to investigate us, but they couldn't understand anything. We spent that night in a jail cell, and honestly, I felt quite at home in a room with no windows. The next morning, they got us out, and we were placed with a foster family. And that's where I was given the name Karen. Coco felt
They picked Karen, really? Really? Really?
really scared and refused to go to dinner, so I had to go alone. The first night, they gave me my plate of food with a fork next to it. I thought it was odd, but I just started eating with my fingers. When I was about done, I looked up and saw everyone was staring at me. I noticed they were all eating with their forks. We had forks in the mansion, but I didn't know what they were for. I didn't really like being there. My foster dad and brother were mean. The only person who was kind to me was my foster mom. She taught me to speak and read. Coco would go and hide whenever we had our lessons. I taught her everything I was learning when we were alone.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your
Okay.
house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and
Okay.
One night,
Sorry about that.
when I thought everyone was asleep, I was teaching Coco when my foster brother walked into the room. He said,
Oh no.
"Who are you talking to, freak?"
Already know that's bad news.
I could tell that wasn't a nice word. I stuttered, My friend." He let out a cackle of laughter. "Dad, would you come in here and listen to this? Karen has a friend!" My foster dad walked in, and when my brother told him what I'd said, they both roared with laughter. The dad said, "I knew we got a really stupid one.
Oh
Can
my
we send her
gosh.
back, please?" When my brother told him what I'd said, they both roared
What? Nobody laughs like that. Nobody. What is this?
with laughter. The dad said, "I knew we got a really stupid one. Can we send her back, please?"
What kind of dad is this? Why are the parents always mean? Like, I want to know that. Like, why?
They both left the room laughing and left me feeling humiliated. I was just glad Coco had the chance to jump under the bed. And that night, I packed my few things and we ran away. We ended up living on the streets for a while, which I liked in a way. I was free to do anything, and we didn't have to talk to anyone. We would dig through trash cans for food and even found some new clothes. I woke up one day to find Coco gone. She had this habit of wandering on her own every now and then. Walking around the city, I noticed a few men off in the distance. They were all wearing black and were crouching down under a bridge. Suddenly,
Oh no, girl, you gotta run.
I started to see bright colors appearing all around them, like magic. Oh my god, it looked like paint! And out of cans, of all things. I wanted to be a part of it. I ran up to them, so excited, waving my hands wildly. But I guess I scared them because as soon as they saw me, they all ran away. I felt a little bummed, but I was happy they'd left the cans behind. I shook them and fidgeted with them for a while. Then I pushed the top down and sprayed myself in the face. My eyes! My eyes! I staggered around for a few minutes. As soon as my vision cleared, I picked up all the spray cans and hurried away. Coco found me soon after, and I was so excited to show her my new paint cans. After a little testing, I managed to figure out how they worked. And oh boy, there was
Oh no. Stop. Now. Just stop. You need to stop.
no stopping me after that. I loved painting with the spray cans. It was so much better than painting with a toothbrush. Then, one day, as I was painting in a parking lot, a few guys came up to me. Looking at their black, paint-covered clothes, I realized they were the people I'd stolen the cans from. I was afraid they'd hurt me for taking their stuff. To my surprise, they spoke to me kindly and said their boss had been looking for me. Up close, I realized they weren't much older than me. Their black overalls looked old and torn. Just then, a woman walked up behind them. She was the most beautiful creature I'd ever seen. She smiled and spoke to me
Creature, she's literally the same as you. She's not a creature.
so warmly, I would have followed her anywhere. Her name, she told me, was Sharon. She said that she was a painter too, and my graffiti was some of the most beautiful art she had ever seen. She also told me I could come and live with her, and she would teach me more. As I was about to get into the car, Coco tugged at my hand. "I don't have a good feeling about this," she whispered. I looked around, hoping no one had heard her. I shook her off and climbed into the car. She didn't budge. Fine, she could find me when she wanted to. Sharon's house was large and beautiful, and I was so happy she'd found me. This new world was turning out to be a better place than I thought.